My name is Jason Sousa, and my fluoroquinolone story, or should I say the day I became a Floxie, started all the way back on December 2013. But before that, I was an active athlete riding BMX bikes for Radio Disney, going to the gym, working full-time on my company, and living life. However, in December 2013, Dr. David Bay of South Coast Medical Group in Fall River, Massachusetts had given me a 30-day prescription of Cipro for suspected prostatitis, and that changed my life. Sometime before seeing Dr. Bay, I came down with Lyme disease and had so many symptoms, and after a course of doxycycline, I was mostly okay. But months later, I had pelvic pain, joint pain, which led me to see Dr. Bay. And that prescription of Cipro actually made it to pill number 27 and then gave up on the prescription. I felt great. I didn't have any of the Achilles pain he said that I might get. But then a few months later at the gym, my piriformis muscle in my butt actually popped. And I had so much pain and then shortness of breath. And after a night of being in the ER, the next day I had multiple tendon pains, insomnia, shortness of breath, and so many other symptoms. Going into 2014, I soon realized I had FQ toxicity, and after reading stories on Floxiehope, which I'm so grateful for, that one website alone helped me put things together. And after self-diagnosing FQ toxicity, I then was able to convince a doctor in Milford, Massachusetts named Arthur Gertler, a Lyme doctor who was able to treat my Lyme and FQ issues with IV therapy. That kept me going for a while, but I still had massive muscle and weight loss issues, among other things. And he just didn't understand the FQ problem. I was okay for a few years, working, going about my life, until late in 2017 when I had a huge relapse. I then started to look into alternative treatments. That was when my life got turned upside down, chasing a rabbit hole of treatment after treatment. In January of 2018, I went to GeoStar, Mexico for stem cells, which you can see here. That treatment didn't work for me at all. And then in spring of 2018, I traveled to Bend, Oregon to see an amazing doctor named Payson Flattery who performed stem cells and exosomes, which helped my hips tremendously, and I can't thank him enough for doing that. I was okay for a while, but I was doing yard work in early fall of 2018, and then I threw my back out and had such a hard time standing up. So I reached out to Dr. Mark Galili for a phone consultation. You can actually see the record of that here. He sounded like an amazing guy, and he was super caring. The only problem is I had no way to afford it at that time. So what did I do? I went back to Mexico in October of 2018 to STEMaid. You can see my tests here. I found a Floxie who had okay results with their 4-week program, and it's something that I could afford at that time. My wife and I went there in hopes that I would get better. But you'd think I would learn my lesson from the first time going to Mexico for medical treatment, right? Well, I got so much worse from their treatment, and now I had new tendon pain all over my body, getting worse from day to day, and I actually eventually lost 20 pounds. At this point, in November of 2018, I started having trouble with my body in a big way and started losing body function. Well, Christmas of 2018 came early for me, and that's when I purchased a wheelchair from Amazon. And for the next 6 months, I was in and out of that wheelchair. 3 of them mostly every day. My wife, fiance at the time, had to help me get to the bathroom at night because I just couldn't get into my chair to get to the bathroom. This should not and could not be my life, right? I almost gave up, and thank God that I didn't. With my last 2 credit cards, I decided to give Dr. Galili a call, and then I booked my treatment for the end of June 2019. I really want to thank Vanessa, Wendy, and Joy for telling me their story of healing and how Dr. G helped them, which made me trust the process and his expertise so much more. I really wish I would have just gone to see him originally and not put my finances first, because in hindsight, I would have been better sooner and had spent less money. His treatment helped me so much, and I was able to walk again, and there's no price, no price you can put on that. So many people ask me my experience, and I've always said it was great. But if they ask me who they should see for treatment, I've always said trust your gut and feel who fits your specific needs. I have been in the Floxie community for almost a decade, and one thing I have learned is the mistrust, or dare I say hate, towards doctors. And I get that too, but they're not all bad. Trust me. However, I am happy one doctor helped me regain my life to the point at which I was healthy enough to have our first baby in 2020. I am getting pieces of my life back every day. My current life, I'm able to run my company Sousa, which is a red light manufacturer. It has become a hallmark moment in my life to get back to work and manufacture these devices that help people. You may have seen me post about my company and the things that I'm doing on my Facebook group or pages, but what I can say is that I love what I do. I just want to put a disclaimer that this is not a promotion. I'm just telling you my life story and who I am and what I'm doing. Also, recently I became a health coach to help anyone who needed a health checkup or someone on their team as a coach. I noticed in my journey I was missing a crucial part. I just needed someone who believed me and who understood me and really just got what was going on with me. Also, in no way is this a promotion for my services. I actually hope you do not need my services, which means you are healthy and happy. But I feel the need to legitimize my expertise and be able to collaborate with more clients and doctors working in the health industry. I wanted to thank one amazing physician, Kathy Moore, who gave me the courage to do this. Also, in the last year, I went full force in helping other Floxies. First, I was an initial founder of 𝙈𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍𝙍𝙍, and that is the 𝘾𝙊�quinolone Antibiotic Awareness Healing Alliance. The idea was simple: bring patients to doctors who want to get this issue fixed, diagnosed, and treated, and all work together to share information to help others. Some initial members were Dr. Hansen, Dr. 𝘾𝙊𝙉𝙍𝙍𝙍𝙍, Heather Slusher, and myself, just to name a few. In our most recent event, after inviting Dr. Mark Harris, a friend of mine and a mitochondrial doctor who helped the team learn techniques to help treat this faster, and I've also added some of my own peptide knowledge too. But the coming months after the event, I noticed that the information was not shared to certain people, and that was much different than the first event, where all the members were given access to all the information and the ability to collaborate with one another. I felt the initial purpose of the group was to share information to help Floxies and doctors understand this more, and that is the reason why I joined. To keep my integrity, I left by my own accord because I felt that the mission of the group and certain information that could help others was not being shared, and that is too bad. Also, a few years ago, I started an amazing Facebook group called Healing Floxing to document my personal journey, and I'm happy to report it has helped so many. In doing so, I've left some of the larger Facebook groups because of a few reasons, which I'll get into next. So, this Facebook group, shown here, actually kicked me out because I shared my recovery journey and going to see Dr. G. After messaging the admin, Cora Archer, I complied with the rules of the group and in no way broke them. And she asked me to stop posting about my journey, so I did, but then was kicked out of the group for no reason. Funny thing is, the admins had no problem posting my disaster at STEMaid, but kept my healing story with Dr. 𝘾𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍𝙍 off the group. That same group now blocks all of the posts from Floxiehope. Can you believe that? It is just crazy to me. I also left a few other groups because I could not handle the negativity and fear in some of them. I feel that some of these Facebook groups provide false information and prevent those looking for treatment from getting it, and actually have shared false information about me, which is truly sad, as there is already enough pain in this community. The final key element of my story of helping Floxies was one day when 𝘾𝙊𝙍𝙍𝙍𝙍𝙍, the founder of Floxiehope, reached out to me in 2020. I have personally known Lisa since 2013, and I cannot say enough good things about her. She reached out and asked me one thing. She said, "Jason, I want you to be the caretaker of Floxiehope because I want to retire." I said to her, "Everyone you could have picked, why me?" And she stated that Floxiehope needed someone who is positive, who's honest, and can share hope. And she said all of those things I had. So I signed up for the job and now help send the message of hope to others. In closing, I want to tell you some truth behind the lies on some of the Facebook groups and about me and my mission. And I am sorry. I have to be honest here with you. And I wish that these things were not a reality for me. I have been upfront and honest about all of my treatments, my progress, and heck, even my personal life. And the businesses I have been involved with. But when you put yourself out there, you also become a target. And for starters, I was so vocal on Facebook about all of my treatments, and for some reason when I went to go see Dr. G, there were multiple Facebook groups who kicked me out because of it and spread false statements about me getting paid to tell my story and that I wasn't really in a wheelchair. And I can't believe that people would say that. That's so terrible. But it happened. Here's a receipt from one of my treatments with Dr. G. I have no financial gain from any doctor, period. Know that I am a health coach, and some have stated I manipulate Floxies for my services, and that is so far from the truth. If someone wants me to be their coach, that should be fine. They made the decision to get help from someone who has had the experience with their own altered health state. Type my name in any Facebook group and watch my comments of helping people for free for years. Became a health coach to coach people, Floxie or not Floxie. And that is my career. And like any career, I need to get paid for it, just like anyone who works a regular job. I help single moms with hormone problems, men with low libido, and yes, some Floxies. The point is I'm helping people, and that's what I've always tried to do. And lastly, now that I'm the caretaker of Floxiehope, many have stated false rumors about this page. Let me be clear, Floxiehope does not sell anything, nor does Floxiehope get paid or work with certain doctors. Heck, my post-pregnant wife is offering free therapy for Floxies because she's a therapist and she gets Floxies. Floxiehope has some affiliate links that Lisa originally put up on the website, which does not even make enough money to pay for the site, the podcast, and the things to keep the site running. I pay for that. I just hope the countless hours spent producing content and podcasts help other Floxies, which is my original mission and now my life, and I'm hoping that helps others. I hope you can help me help others find hope and healing here on Floxiehope. Bless you all, and I want to send you a big hug from one Floxie to another. Thank you for listening to my story.